I'll speak from my perspective and credentials. Again, I have a variety of other ones, but I think the health coaching credential is the one that kind of encompasses a lot. And these are also a great pair of running sneakers that I've got. Transparently, this is all sponsored stuff, except for, let's try and think, what's the one thing that, no, this is pretty much all, again, sponsored items, but giving you my real perspective here. I love these sneakers. I've had them for about 6 months now, and I'm really starting to gear up a bit more with my runs. Come on down and just check out the kind of spacing. Don't mind the messy floor. But again, fit well. They're durable. Look how they're holding up so far. I've put on maybe like 50, not even, maybe 30 to 50 miles on these bad boys so far. I just started getting back into running about 2 months ago. So even though I've had them for 6 months, I've definitely walked with them. I've put on more. When I say 30 to 50 miles, I mean running. Walking, it's definitely been like over 100. But pretty simple. Again, I'm a size anywhere from 12 to 13, depending on the fit and the feel. And these are a 13, and they're a pretty good feel. So now we got our socks on, got our shoes on. The one thing I realized is I didn't put my compression on first. I'm just thinking about now. The pro move is to put on the compression first, but we're going to see how this is going to feel putting on the compression over the socks. Again, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not even going to do this. This is not the move, but I've been using these compression sleeves for my running specifically, or when I'm doing lower body, and they have this nice little sticky component. So you put it up on your thigh, it grabs a hold. What I always recommend though is go a little bit higher than you think, because as you start to run and whatnot, it can potentially pull, but because of this nice grippy part, it's been pretty solid, and they're durable. I've washed them. If I say me transparently, Carrie has washed them maybe a dozen times already. They've been really solid. I like them. Honestly, dealing with some varicose potential veins here, and this has been helpful from a compression. The running's been helpful. So boom, definitely recommend these. This is and the one thing I wanted to go back over with the Zelus is I'm going to make a follow-up video, me actually using this on the run, as well as demonstrating some other exercises. Like what I personally like this a lot for is getting squats, just body weight squats to start, and then progress with the weights. Being able to have tools to help progress you with body weight and calisthenic based movements becomes a massive lever point, because you eventually hit a wall where doing 15, maybe 20 reps isn't a challenge anymore. And just doing more volume by itself may not actually serve the same way as adding weight and resistance. Also, obviously, push-ups, dips, pull-ups, being able to do even stability and balance and coordination. I like incorporating this, but I want to just invite, there's versatility here, but really when you're going for intense runs and cardio, you may actually want to focus more on the intensity of the workout, not necessarily adding weights to it. It can compromise or impact your form, so something to keep in mind. The other thing I will say is when I'm, let's say, like running, jumping, see how this will slightly move? By keeping this tight, it'll help lock it in, but there's still a bit of give here. So when you're doing more intense movements, that's the only feedback I would give, is make sure this is nice and snug, and you will still get a little bit, and even when I run, I like to not have my shirt on, but I've found out the hard way, it doesn't feel so great if you don't have a shirt on, so I recommend that. And that's pretty much it for this piece. Wanted to go over a couple other things, especially I wanted to cover some of the new supplements I've got sent to me, and then we're going to go over a fun bonus at the end of this.